Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, strap yourselves in. It's time for your Tilton Talk Show.
Good evening, everyone. It's Monday night, and welcome once again to the Tilton Talk Show, sponsored by AMG Logistics, with myself, Paul Hipkiss, the chairman, Alan Watton.
Good evening, everybody.
Mr. Fixer Craig Courtney.
Good evening, everyone.
All the way over there from the States, Mr. Mark Meredith.
Good evening, all.
And last but by no means least, Mr. Chris Brown.
Good evening.
So we are Clairless tonight, and we are also roadless, unfortunately, due to unforeseen circumstances, but we hope to have them both back on the next episode in a couple of weeks' time. There's no show next week, is there, Chris?
No, I won't be here, so... Yeah.
So you're gallivanting. So after this episode, we'll be back a week on 2 weeks today. But yeah, we send our best wishes to Claire and our best wishes to Robe. Nothing majorly serious, and we hope to have them both back on with us in 2 weeks' time. Mm-hmm. So let's kick off then. So a winning weekend for Blues men and women. And I mean, on Saturday, I think we were all sort of probably, happy, well, not happy, but sort of resigned to a 0-0. And then that man pops up again, Mark. I mean, Lyndon Dykes, obviously love or hate him. I mean, I think hate's a strong word, but it can be frustrating to watch when he starts games, can't he? And his overall game just doesn't suit the way we play when we sort of start games. I'll just think back to the Port Vale game in particular. But my God, he's certainly becoming a moments player, isn't he? He's becoming a player that he's starting to make a difference, isn't he, when he comes off the bench?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. And yeah, I agree with you. I think when we've seen him from the start, he struggled a little bit. But what he does do is he gives you something different. You know, we've talked last week about a plan B, and he does give you that, doesn't he? Yeah. You know, if you are looking for a goal at the end, and you can change it a little bit. And you know, what a plan B to use. You bring a winger on and a forward like Dykes, and the both of them link up. Great cross by Roberts. And yeah, I was watching that goal and his semi-final goal from last year, and it's almost identical, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I know Birmingham. I know Blues posted today side by side. It's like, wow, it's pretty an identical finish. But yes, he does it great. And the nice thing, you know, we always know he's going to be great up there with his head, but you know, he got that one obviously with his feet as well against Blackburn. So yeah, if he continues to do that, and we can call him a super sub, then fantastic. You know, he's going to be here now to at least January. So you know, if we can use that, then let's continue to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
The game for me, I think it was just a bit of relief at the end. I think I didn't see too much during the game that really excited me. You know, I thought the new centre back was very good.
Yeah.
I thought he came in and done an amazing job. Looks like a great leader. Obviously, he's been a captain at Sheffield United, so it's not like he's, you know, not coming in with any experience. I was pretty shocked actually when I seen him in the starting lineup, because I didn't think Clare and Newman would be dropped. But it was a welcome change in the end, and he had a really good game. Pretty, you know, solid throughout, which is a nice thing to see. And then, we got a little bit of luck with the offside goal. I said, I was watching it obviously on TV here, and I said straight away it was Claire was keeping him onside, he's not off. So, we'll take that. And then, I hate to say it, but we got a little bit of luck as well with Cochrane's concussion, because Dykes doesn't come on if we don't get the concussion sub, that being the 6th sub of the game. So, hopefully Cochrane's okay. We don't know what he wants to see anybody get hurt for sure, but his sub obviously offered us another sub at the end, and Dykes comes on and gets the winner. So 2 moments in the game that changed it, and back to winning ways, which is a nice feeling. And wow, 28 games at home now without getting beaten. It's I don't know, it's a welcome relief, but it's also like, I don't know. I don't know how to see it. Every time we go into a home game now, I expect us to get a win. So I'm just hanging hope with that one and see what the next game brings. But we got a really tough one on the weekend now at Coventry. So hopefully we can take some confidence into that.
I think the important thing for me is to have, obviously, Saturday showed us how important it is to have a strong squad of players. And, we've got a team finishing the game that's almost as good as the team starting the game. And that's important, isn't it, Craig? To have that strength in depth, and I mean the strength that we've got coming off the bench now with Doyle and Roberts and obviously Dykes as well. Dare I say it? When we put that ball in the mixer, he's a threat, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, and dare we say that we actually had a plan B, and I think Mr. Meredith summed it up beautifully, especially in our chat when it was this. It's the most simple plan B ever, which is stick a big man up front, whip in a ball and see what happens. Yeah. And, it was one of those games where I think Swansea, they were very strong, very quick coming forwards. They had their opportunities, but they squandered them. And in fact, the message I had from the Swansea fan that recorded the away end said exactly that. They squandered their opportunities and they got what they deserved, which, limbs to say the least, and I'm taking it. I called the 1-0, Mr. Meredith. I know you did, but I said after the 80th, so I'm calling it.
I'm giving you that one.
But it was brilliant. It was just, I think, after the past couple of results, we also needed something like that because it was the relief from the fans, and the fact that Mark's already said it. We had that stroke of luck for a change. Really, Lady Luck was really on our side on Saturday. And I think that's the key thing now, to build on and to carry that momentum into a very hard and very tough game on Saturday. The Coventry are going to come at us. We know they are, with the amount of chances and stuff that they've been creating in every game. But also, that can play into our favour, because I think we are generally our strongest when teams attack us and leave us with space to break into. I was so gutted for Dimmy Gray. It was that run towards the end of the game where, he came down the wing, he cut through the middle, he beat those 2 players, and he just literally, they were like, looking, man, where's he gone? That was a brilliant piece of skill.
Yeah.
And then he I think he was just slipping as he went to strike the ball.
Yeah.
But that's the type of thing, and I think we're beginning to see the type of forward prowess play that we can get out of Dimmy, and that was also after that reshuffle of formation. It was just a perfect way for me to end Saturday, and these early starts we hate. We got the next couple of that the way around, but. Bring back the 3 o'clock, please. We had it in the Premier League, silly o'clock kickoffs or 4 o'clock kickoffs or Friday nights. Sick of them. Yeah. I know Sky dictates it, but please, 12:30, let's stop. It's
I don't mind it, mate, because you get time to get back and do something after, like, a bit more, and you can, you're not going to miss the 5:30 game either.
No, there is that. So I think I'll tell you what it is. You like to have a rest and a bit of a lie-in. I mean, I can't say that to Mr. Meredith, can we? What was it, 6:30 in the morning when the game kicked off?
Paul just likes getting away from the vacuum, and that's all he likes. He's like,
Absolutely.
I think the other thing was, I was so pleased for Dykes, because, he's taken a lot of flack from the fans, and he's not going to be this world-renowned total goal scorer. But when he's needed, he comes up with them. And, the club summed it up beautifully. That's that winner against Bradford, the winner on Saturday, almost identical. What I've got to say as well, what a beautiful cross that was for the goal as well. I mean, it was just stunning.
Yeah.
And him coming off the bench, again, we go back to strength. Wow. You know, but any day of the week, I think any team in this league would have taken that. So bring on the next game, bring on Coventry, because I think it'll be a good one.
Yeah, I think the atmosphere on Saturday was really good as well. And one guy who plays a big part in that for us, but certainly prior to kick-off, is obviously the one and only DJ Mikey B, and we hope to be joined by the man himself. Is it about 7:15, Chris? Is that right?
Yeah, just after 7 o'clock he'll be with us,
Just after 7 o'clock he'll be with us, so we look forward to that as well. But yeah, Alan, I was a bit surprised to see Duke start, I'm not going to lie, but I thought he did okay, didn't he? He was just slightly unlucky not to score when he turned his man. It was a lovely turn, wasn't it? Just had to find the finish, but the keeper was lucky with it, wasn't he? Didn't know much about it, did he?
I was right behind that shot, and it almost went through his legs, but it caught his left heel and just flicked it past the post. I was... I looked at the team at the start and I thought, well, why not? But it was almost like he picked a squad which was going to... Obviously, the maximum number of people were going to take part in the game and all had a role. And it seemed almost seamless as the new subs came on. I mean, one of my complaints for the last couple of games is the subs have come on and done nothing. Now, that was one of the things that before he came was always the case. Certainly when Rooney was manager and even when Eustace was manager, we come on, you know, everybody get excited because Dukey come on towards the end. And then you say, well, he never touched the ball because we didn't get the ball to him or didn't, you know. But Saturday it was perfect. And it was such a Birmingham City display to me. You know, this is what, you know, that's why I got angry last week, because that wasn't a Birmingham display. That's, you know, they were like strangers to me. But this week it all came right. The secondary players that I thought, well, they haven't shown me much. They all did, you know. Starting with the centre forward, I'm thinking, well, that's not really his favoured role as centre forward. I didn't like the fact that he didn't challenge the big centre half often enough. There was obviously balls that he wasn't going to get, but if that had been Dukey would have been all over him, at least stopping him having a free header. But he improved on that side. He started to win headers and so on. I thought Kumas show again. Some of his final balls weren't wonderful, but at least he got a lot of them in. You know, he was skinning that fullback regularly, and that impressed me. So much so, when you think of the goal, you think somebody's actually put the foot on the ball, looked up, said, "There's a bloke I can pass to," stuck it straight on his head, goal. Whereas even Gray was, you know, he were beating blokes and just firing it across to a crowded penalty box with not enough Birmingham City players in it. So if we've only got one player in the box, you've got to find him, and he did, and it was superb bit of football. Yeah. And although the referee was crap, I will give him full marks for adding the appropriate amount of time on, because that does annoy me, especially when we have these timeouts now with the goalkeeper suddenly goes down injured and everybody leaves the pitch. Now, somebody's got to do something about it. They've either got to allow timeouts or tell them to get up off the floor and get on with the game. It's annoying, especially when the time isn't added on fully. But it was Saturday, and well done to the ref for that. Of course, once we scored, I just wanted to blow the whistle then, but he didn't. He didn't. To be fair, there was an injury during extra time, and he played that as well. So he was fair to everybody. Yeah. But yeah, I felt really almost relieved, certainly, that this Birmingham City style of play and effort and whatever all appeared. And everybody who took part, whether it be 90 minutes or 9 minutes, did something. They produced, and that was great for me, because that Stoke display. Oh no, we don't need more of that.
No. I think that we're only going to get better and better as well the more we play. Obviously every game by game, you'd like to think now we're going to improve, and eventually he'll get to know what his strongest 11 is once he's obviously tried everyone in every position.
Just on that, Paul. Sorry, I'd like to see that. We talked about it with Dykes. When he starts, he doesn't give the same as the subs. It's pretty much a lot of our subs, isn't it? I think even like people like Doyle, when they've started, they haven't really shown too much. He comes off the bench and he's one of the better players. So I think it'd be nice to be able to see those guys that when they do get a start, can they perform at those levels throughout? So it gives us a little bit more of, yes, if we do get an injury, we can then rely on that guy for 90 minutes and not just 10.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think one of the key things as well was moving Clara back to the right hand side.
Yeah, definitely.
And one thing I noticed that Iwata started to get more of the ball, because he sort of plays on that right hand side, and Clara comes out on the right hand side, and Clara will give him the ball. Whereas when they was the other way round, he wasn't getting the ball, and people were saying, "Oh, he's doing nothing." Well, give him the ball, and he was able to get the ball, turn round, face the opposition, run at them. I mean, I wouldn't say he was the best game he's ever had, but he was more like what he usually is. Give me the ball, I'll take it forward, I'll find somebody. Whereas in the two previous weeks with the other way round, he was getting bypassed, and he finished up chasing the opposition all the time. Well, he did do a bit of chasing to the opposition, but it was effective this time, and I was pleased to see him back somewhere near his best. I thought, but they could all do better. But at least they've their personality and their style is showing through again. And I like that. I like that.
I don't recall Allsop doing a great day. I don't think he had many saves to make, Allsop, at all. I think the only thing he really did was pick the ball out of the net for the disallowed goal. And
the disallowed goal, the bloke, there was he did make a save. He stopped it with his legs.
Yeah.
Right? Now, what I noticed from the replays, that the bloke who scored the goal was offside when that shot was made. Right?
Yeah.
So the ball got circulated round again, and obviously put in the bet. Now I'm thinking, is the linesman making up for the fact that he missed? I mean, he shouldn't have been. If bloke had scored, he wouldn't have battered that he was offside. If the goalkeeper had collected the ball, it wouldn't have mattered. But the only thing is, with that theory, is it took so long for the ball to recirculate and the cross come in, and the guy had come out again, and then gone in and scored. But that's the only real thing that I can think of that made that decision go that way.
I think
it's not wrong. It's just a bit long-winded,
Yeah, as the victims of so many shocking decisions not in our favour, it was nice to have our favour for a change, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
And, I actually felt
whether he was right, whether he was wrong, it went our way. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're way overdue one. Way overdue. When I go back to Hull away a couple of years ago, when the ball was about that far out of play, and his kids scored, our players had stopped bloody playing at the time. You know what I mean? And but yeah, I mean, the daft thing is, if we'd have obviously beat Ipswich like we should have done, without being robbed by officials again, then we'd be second there. But
the only thing for me was that referee. I think, even though we got the result, we know he was poor, but he spoilt the game, because what he took out of it was that fight that you would see from the players, and the people that got the bookings very early doors. You could see them just being extremely tentative, because he was card happy. There was absolutely no doubt in it, and The areas and the
consistent.
ones he gave were just, they were daft. You just, okay, some of them you'd take it, stopping a goal scoring, or a breakaway as we did on one of them. Right, you take it. Okay, you take one for the team. But I think the other ones were just silly. They were early doors. The conditions weren't exactly brilliant. The pitch was so skiddy. You could see that after that little bit of rain.
Yeah.
And I think that didn't help. Whereas you look at some of the other games in the league and take the Man U game the weekend, right? The referee played not only the game well, but played the conditions. And that was it. Sometimes you've got to account for what looks like a horrible tackle. Actually is a decent one. It's just that you can't stop on the pitch. You put your foot down, you're going to break your ankle, ain't you? So it's one of those things. But like you say, Paul, we've had too many where they've gone against us. It really is about time something fell our way, and yeah, it did exactly.
I can't think of anything else as obvious as that goal that's gone in our favour. I can't remember an official giving the opposition, making a decision against the opposition in our favour before. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but when was the last one?
Well, something's just come to mind. Do you remember the Nottingham Forest game when Stuart Pearce was in charge of Nottingham Forest, and there was a penalty not given. That's right. A Blues man headed towards goal, and the bloke punched it over the goal, over the bar, and referee gave a corner, and the fourth official was onto him, and eventually we got our penalty and we won the game. Do you not remember that?
I don't know, but obviously that would have been in our favour anyway. But obviously I'm on about like a disallowed goal against us or an obvious penalty that should have been given against us and wasn't. Do you know what I mean? Usually when a team scores against us or a player dives in the box or, something stupid happens, they usually get the decision in their favour, don't they, against us? Do you know what I mean?
It's always against us. How many times have we said the referees have got something against Birmingham?
Yeah. I mean, the worst dive I've ever seen in football was against us, and that was David and Gog at Liverpool. That was just horrendous. So I can't. Yeah.
I sat next to that referee at a golf tournament for lunch, and I couldn't remember what his name was, and I only after we'd gone we finished our lunch, I remembered. He was a silly prat that gave that penalty against Liverpool.
Yeah.
And I was probably nearer to the incident than he was then, but I couldn't think of it. But I knew him, and I was thinking, who is he? And then he came to me after we'd finished.
Yeah. I mean, you think back to AJ in Cardiff again, and we keep going on about the same things, but also Bowyer at Wembley. I mean, in the uproar if we hadn't won that game against Arsenal after that decision. I just can't think of anything as obvious as those against us, if you know what I mean, like not giving opposition. But anyway, moving on. So I think I want to give a big sort of congratulations and credit to Knighthead as well for all the work they've done in the last 2.5 years, because England under-21s will be playing the Republic of Ireland under-21s at St Andrews on the 14th of November, and I think that is a testament to all the work that's been done at St Andrews over the last sort of 12, 18 months. Without that, there's no way they would have even thought about playing on our stadium, is there?
And phenomenal pricing. So I've got to say again, it's credit where credit's due, because what they've done, they just £10 for a season ticket holder, £5 for a kid to season ticket holder is just absolutely superb. And I think it's what, 15 quid if you're not involved in the club. So we should pack that place out. You know what I mean? I can't wait.
No, me neither.
As soon as it was announced, he's like, going to be there. Yeah. There's no doubt in it.
Yeah, it's going to feel weird though, and it's sitting in St Andrews with an England shirt on.
Oh God, yeah, it's going to be well strange.
Yeah,
but what a great game as well, because it's always good against the Republic, and I think we've got a good England under-21 side being led by a Blues fan, and you've got to say it, ex-Blues manager. I know it was only a game, but he was there. So,
and it's just wicked. It's not like there aren't any Irish people living in the Midlands, is it? There'll be a bit of an away following. It's a good choice, really.
Yeah, it's absolutely spot on. and fair play to him for doing it.
Ashley Cole's his assistant as well, hasn't he? He was with us for a little while.
Yeah.
You'll have Beadley in goal. You'll have obviously Stano as well.
Is Stano not too old now?
Don't know.
You can have 3 over age, can't you? I think.
Yeah.
If I remember rightly, he can turn 8, can't he, for the under-21s, but he can't turn 8 in a tournament. Is that right?
I don't know.
Something like that, because he was 20. He wasn't 21 before the year season started or something, so he's still eligible for those games.
I think also for the gamers in this world as well, like myself, and I know you, Mark, as well. You're a bit of a gamer, aren't you? I always call it FIFA. I'll never call it FC. So FIFA, the new FIFA 26 is out on Friday, and again, a big testament to United and all the work they've done at St Andrews. Because without that, again, I don't think St Andrews would have been in the new FIFA game either. And
we got it. We got it last Friday. It's amazing.
Oh, really?
Great to see. Yeah.
I genuinely cannot wait to play with Blues at St Andrews on FIFA. It's going to be an emotional moment for me, that is, after playing it since I was about 14, 15, 94 the first one came out, didn't it? So I was 15. So yeah, and I've had one every year ever since. So yeah, so that's going to be a great moment. And St Andrews have never been on any game apart from the one that came out in 2005, was it? Birmingham City FC, was it called, if I remember?
What?
Yeah, they had their own version of EA Sports, weren't it?
It was. I don't think it was EA Sports, was it? It was. Oh God! Someone told me it was the maker of that game. Do you remember? What
It's the same makers as the Pro Evolution Soccer, wasn't it?
Was it?
I think it was their maker.
Konami.
Yeah, I think so.
Was it Konami? Okay.
I think it was. Yeah.
Okay. I can't remember what it was called exactly. What was it called? Football Birmingham City or something like that.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But yeah, that's the only game I can recall that ever had St Andrews on. But sorry, I know I'm boring everyone about computer games. Let's move on. Good evening to everyone. Good evening to everyone on YouTube and obviously Facebook and X as well. Any good comments coming in, Chris, before we're joined by DJ Mikey B? Any good questions or comments?
For Craig, do you know why Club... I don't know, though. No, I won't read that one. JJ, get the Gunners on. Local community going to make a fortune. Don't know what that means. Does the discount work for women's season ticket holders, Craig?
Does the what, sorry?
The discount work for women's season ticket holders. Do you know what that means?
I don't. In terms, I guess they mean in terms
for the England ticket, I think.
England ticket.
It'd be one to double check, but I believe they are listed as season ticket holders, so I will find out. I know that in the past there has been some differences between them. I'll try and find out, and I'll come back to people.
The fouls that the Swansea players done went unseen. The ref was abysmal, but we had a decision go our way, so about time. I suppose it swings around about it.
What made it nicer, Chris? Sorry to interrupt. What made it nicer was the way that their fans celebrated as well. It was proper limbs, weren't it?
Really?
Swansea fans celebrated when they thought they'd scored. It was
literally they were all over the place. It was like, yes, we've just. I mean, they reacted as though they'd won the World Cup, let alone anything else.
It wasn't offside, was it?
No.
No, he went off.
But there you go. It swings around about, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. My 13-year-old son can't wait. He's always wanted to watch England. I know it's the under-21s, but he still can't wait.
Absolutely. Club football, Birmingham.
Club football, yeah.
Sorry. Go on, Chris.
I was going to say, do we think that'll be a sellout or?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
I don't think so. But yeah,
got some really good. Got some really good kids that are 21s, isn't they? He's got a strong squad, really.
You've got Job as well, haven't you? Job Bellingham will be well, won't he?
And an English-born manager, which makes a big difference as well, doesn't it? So,
don't start me on
let's not go there, yeah.
Shows the work United are doing, putting us forward to host under-21s. Is now they have the stadium improvements, which are top-end quality, says Simon Ford.
You imagine 2 years ago we didn't even have 2 stands, did we?
No.
2 stands that you couldn't sit in, and now you were back to 20,000 or so season ticket holders, and now hosting a national game at the stadium as well. It's an amazing achievement for everybody involved on that side for sure.
Do we think
even the pitch? Just saying that, I think the guy that came in, the groundsman that's come in, has done an amazing job on the pitch, and the pitch looks unbelievable.
Incredible. It's like a snooker table, honestly. I was admiring it before kick-off on Saturday, thinking this is just next level, isn't it?
Even after Foxgate, I mean, what can we say? For those that haven't seen it, Fox decided it was going to dig up the pitch not long after it had been relayed. But no way can you see anything at the moment as to where that is.
Maybe it was chasing him from Leicester, wondering where he'd gone.
I have to agree with Fraser. I thought the sheep was funny. I thought the sheep thing was funny.
Oh, it was.
Oh, yes. That was hilarious. And those guys, I mean, they go away with absolute murder, didn't they?
Yeah.
Seen a couple of videos on TikTok. It was a funny moment for sure.
The best thing about every game, though, is the atmosphere before it, isn't it? And it's purely down to one man on them decks before kick-off. And, ladies and gents, I'm delighted to say welcome to the Tilton Talk Show, the one and only Mr. DJ Mikey B.
How you all doing? You all right? Everyone okay?
All good, mate.
Paul, you're telling me it's this bloke's fault? I can't hear myself think before the kick-off.
It's called creating an atmosphere, I think.
Is it?
How are you, mate? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all good, mate. I'm literally looking forward to talking to you all and maybe giving you an insight of what happens on a match day now. So I'm all good.
Yeah, we can't wait, and thanks for taking out the time to do that with us, mate, as well. Much appreciated.
No problem at all. And I think you've probably already gone through it, but yeah, I enjoyed the win on Saturday. Absolutely loved it. So to score a goal was an amazing, it was a good thing after we had quite a few chances before that. But I think you probably already discussed it. But going to the football thing, I think it's a matter of time before they all gel together. Goals will come, I think, and it's looking good for me anyway. I think it's looking decent. There'll be some ups and downs, and it's not going to be as good as last season. But I just think, the squad and the way we're going, the only way's up.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what you've done so far has been brilliant. And I think the best thing for me personally is that keep right on just as we're about to kick off. You start playing it, and then you let the crowd take over, and it's just an incredible feeling. It sends shivers down my spine every single time.
Yeah.
Was that your idea at the beginning, was it? Because we've only been doing it for a couple of seasons now, haven't we?
Yeah, so I don't know if you want to go into anyone's really interested in how it happens. Yeah. But the beginning of the championship season, which we don't talk about, which is the relegation season. And people might have heard this story before. I went on a friend of mine's podcast a few months ago that I discussed this as well. But people that haven't, I know Dale Moon at the club quite well. Yep. And Dale got in touch and asked me to just do a mini mix, pre-match 10-minute mix that could be played before kick-off, which I did. They played it every game, and then the beginning of the League One season, I asked, could we change the mix, or did we want to do something different? And the club said, we're just going to put a DJ in the stadium if you want first refusal.
Wow.
And as a Blues fan, I've been a Blues fan since I was 7. My first ever Blues game was in the 1991 Leyland Daft Cup final. So I got roped in. Yeah, so I just thought, and Craig's not wearing the shirt there as well, literally from that final. So, and I thought basically when my dad took me to that game that we are a massive club, but at the time we wasn't that big. No. So I just thought, 50,000 Blues fans at Wembley. I was 7 years old, and then he took me on the Tuesday night down to St Andrews to the old stadium, and I was crashed back down to earth. But obviously, like all Blues fans, once you're in, you're in, and there's no turning back, and you're in it for the long haul, whether or not it's good or bad. So here we are.
And tell us how it all started for you as a DJ. How long you been DJing, and what are some of the biggest gigs you've ever done as well? Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, so I've been a DJ for 26 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Started when you were 1.
I'm older than you think. Yeah. So I started when I was 16. So you do the maths, and then basically got into it, just doing like most lads anyway that want to be DJs. I was doing parties and social clubs and anything that I could get really back in the day. But it wasn't a career. It wasn't a full-time thing. It was just a hobby that I just had an interest in because my dad was a DJ.
It would have been vinyl then as well, wouldn't it? Not all the digital stuff now.
There was vinyl, yeah, but it was more CDs and stuff for me. Back in the day, I remember like carrying in big cases of CDs.
Looking like you're about to saw somebody in half.
It was mental. Yeah, it was mental back in the day. But yeah, that's how it started. And then it became a full-time job 15 years ago, where I got into doing many celebrity footballer weddings and parties and it was just something that it's just some real big events and traveling the world. Like most people think, especially down the blues and stuff, blues just plucked this random guy from nowhere. He's got no previous, no one knows, without talking on podcasts like to you guys and stuff, no one really knows the history behind what I've done or anything like that. So literally I did travel the world, Italy, Spain, France, around Europe and whatever, doing events and weddings. Honestly, right, the biggest thing so far for me personally is DJing at the blues. It's just
I bet that's real, isn't it?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, we all know, we've all been blues fans for long enough to say that the club wasn't in a great place back in the day, and even stuff even the music side, because I'm a DJ. I used to say to my dad, my season ticket used to be in block 9 at the Tilton. It's now in block 5. But I used to say to my dad, one day I'll have control over the music at the blues. And my dad used to humour me and say, yeah, whatever. You ain't doing that, son. That ain't changing. And now I stand on that stage and look up to block 5 to my dad and say, yeah, what's happening? It's cool.
It's been a great feeling. And I want to credit you as well for the Mansfield game, because that was one of the best weekends of this year so far for me. Obviously, they lose to Crystal Palace at Wembley, which was so wonderful on the Saturday.
Recording stopped. And Recording in progress.
You throw out Glad all over before the game, man. That was just legendary, mate. I'll take my hat off to you for that. It was brilliant.
Do you know what happened? The night before, because again, like all of us, I got loads of stick from mates who are Villa fans for losing in the final to Peterborough. And you lost on your big day out, and they give me loads of stick. And then the night that happened, on that Saturday night before we played Mansfield on the Sunday, when Villa got smashed, I just thought, this is it. And I sent a message to one of my best mates and said, I think I'm going to play Glad all over tomorrow, just to see how it goes down. But before that, anyway, on that match day, loads of people came up to me on a regular basis. Before that, and it was like, going to play Glad all over today, mate. Literally loads of people before the game. So that just cemented it for me. I was just like, I even need to play a snippet. Everyone knows the reason that I was playing it for.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit.
He was doing the social media and everything, wasn't he? Lots of football pages and on YouTube and everything.
But let's just say, look, Mansfield was unbelievable. The atmosphere down there was just phenomenal. And if I can play a small part in that atmosphere, or creating that atmosphere, then job well done. But I always say this, and I always try to get this across to people, that look, I can't please everyone. Look, at the end of the day, there's always, like you said, we've got sellouts every game now, and every single person in that stadium has got an opinion on music, or how it should be or how it shouldn't be, and so it's just about trying to keep everyone happy. Well, you can't keep everyone happy, but just try to keep it upbeat, try to keep it blues, try to listen to what we're singing on the terraces, like certain songs for certain players, like Willemson's, he's Salt and Pepper, Push It. Stansfield, he's Waka Waka, Shakira. A young guy came up to me randomly before the Oxford game, and he must have been 8-9 years old, and says, could I play Whitney Houston, I Just Want to Dance with Somebody? And I said to his mum, does he think he's at a wedding? And he then explained to me that he said that they're currently starting to sing a song for Damari Gray, which is, I just want to dance with Damari. I want to win the league with Damari. Yeah. See, and there's other, obviously it goes on. And I said, I didn't know that until you told me. But I haven't played it yet because no one's sung it. But if we start singing that, then I will start playing that because there's a reason behind it.
What we do sing, though, we sing a song that rhymes with roll out the barrel.
Yeah. Listen, right, you need to get Rich, the announcer, on here and talk to him because he has got some stories and he'll tell you, well, I don't know the actual full story, but there is a story behind when David Sullivan first took over at the club back in the day. They wanted to change the music and David Sullivan handed Rich a CD, and on that CD was Roll Out the Barrel. And the reason, obviously our reason behind it is because of the Villa song. But his reason, I'm guessing, was because it was a Cockney song, you see.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And Rich was like, I don't think we can play this at St Andrews, but I think it did get played in the 90s. Yeah. So it was David Sullivan's CD that got played, yeah. And also, and then I don't know how true this is. I don't know if everyone knows the story about this, but the reason we play the Tampere, does everyone know that reason?
I thought Trevor Francis chose that, didn't he? Yeah.
Trevor Francis' son, yeah.
Yeah.
That is the reason. Yeah, that's the right reason. And Rich told me that as well. That he was just on a CD on the way into a game. So he asked his son to pick a song, and that was the song he chose. And 20 years later, I think it's about 20 years, we're still playing
it. Nearly 30 years, mate. 98, that was.
Oh yeah, there you go. 30 years. Then. Yeah, mad, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, let's throw it out there to all our viewers and in the shout boxes. Put in your requests and let's see what we get.
Oh no!
But yeah, I used to like Eiffel 65 Blue back in the day. Yeah,
that is in a mix, you know. Like I did, like I thought, probably you don't stick around because the traffic's so bad. But in the end, at the end of the game, I did put that in a mix. So. Yeah, I think that's decent. I think that's a decent one. Do you know what I mean? And it's really hard to choose songs because you can't get away from playing the big hitters, which are now that everyone knows that we do. Waka Waka, we do Rocking All Over the World. We've included. Recently, I've started to include. It's hard to fit it in, where to fit it in, but Harvey Andrews, Home and Away, you might have heard that a few times. Now, to me, that is an absolute classic tune. The words are so poignant to like who we are and the way, just the whole song. I just love the whole song, but it's an old song, so to fit that in with Gala Free from Desire is a challenge.
I was at St Andrews the day that was played for the first time, about 1966, I think.
Yeah, and to me that is just a song. Look, it's not a particular DJ song, is it? It's not a song you expect to hear a DJ play, but look, for me, it's about playing the right song. So, like. At one of the games, I think recently, maybe it was the Ipswich game, we announced that one of the former players had died, you see, unfortunately. And that song for me then was that was a really poignant moment to play that song for an older player that had passed away at that time. And we all agreed that I just took it upon myself to do it like then. And ever since then, like I really think that it fits. Maybe it would fit in well before Hey Jude. Because we do Hey Jude all the time now, and that wasn't a thing that we did before. But I think when we do Hey Jude, the atmosphere that creates, sometimes I can't even hear myself.
Definitely.
So it's just finding the right play, and also as well, sometimes that people don't understand the process that goes on a match day. It's an actual production match day now. It's not let's just throw it all together and hope for the best. It's the team put together, who the whole team at the Blues, the Matchday Experience team, I'll give them a big shout out. They're all amazing. Paris and the team are top notch, and they're doing an absolute amazing job. But it's hard. Like people say to me, "Oh, you cut short Forever True," and I'm like, "Yeah," but that wasn't my decision. They told me in my ear that I had 40 seconds to go until teams come out. So it's just one of those things that that happens. So yeah, sometimes it's beyond my control, but I do try and fit as many songs into a small space of time. Pre kickoff.
You got a personal favourite of your own? You could
just a song or a song that gets played at the Blues.
Yeah. Well, both. Let's do both.
I haven't. Do you know what? I haven't really got a personal favourite song, but blues. I genuinely, even though it's quite new, I genuinely love Forever True.
Yeah.
I just think that it's just a really good, really good version of the song. The words are good. Everything about it's good. You guys, what are you saying? What are your favourites?
Yeah, I'm not a big reggae lover, I'll be honest, but I do love that song. Yeah, I do like that song.
It's an earworm, isn't it? It's a bit of an earworm. Yeah.
I think I'd have to pick Mr. Blue Sky personally. I love that song. Obviously, the obvious one is Keep Right On, isn't it? But I think Mr. Blue Sky, if it wasn't the club anthem, then it'd be just a normal song. It'd be Mr. Blue Sky for me.
Yeah, Mr. Blue Sky, and again, that's taken out of my control. That's in a video, you see. So pre-match, you'll see video that then transitions into Welcome to the Jungle. Yeah. So that I don't play any of that. So what you hear from me would be the last song you hear from me would be I wouldn't Keep Right On. So literally, I played Walkout Music, Tampere, Keep Right On, Forever True. So everything that comes after the video is me. Yeah. But there isn't. But when you think about it, you said Eiffel 65 Blue, but there isn't many blues songs really that you can associate with the club. ELO, Mr. Blue Sky, yes. Keep Right On, yes. I said this before, but Tom Ross and Ian Dancer did We're On Our Way and Singing the Blues. Yeah, again. They're great songs, but I'm not saying they're not great songs, but they was done in the early 2000s, late 90s or whatever. So no one's really except for UB40 doing Forever True. We haven't got anything that's new, really. Yeah, we're just repeating.
My daughter's 14 and she loved that when you put that on that once. I think you put it on once or twice, haven't you, Singing the Blues, the Blue Nose Brothers?
Yeah, I put it on. I have put Singing the Blues on, and if anyone, I can't find a copy. If Tom Ross actually listens, or Ian Dancer, I can't find an actual copy of We're On Our Way. If anyone's got one, or got a file with it on that can send it me, and because I want to kind of include that sometimes on a match. I don't do it all the time. There's some songs that I just miss out, randomly. People say, "Oh, it's kind of the same." But I always say, well, you can never change a winning formula because it works. And people just are quite familiar now with me being there and the kind of build up to kick off, 15, 20 minutes to kick off. Everyone's quite familiar with the way it is. And I think they like the way it is now. Blues fans, we don't love change. No. It's difficult sometimes to embrace change, but with the pace the club's moving forward, sometimes we have to look at the future and be like, wow. Especially, I'm not going to be rude to you guys, but I'm including myself in this. Us older fans now have to look at it and say, yeah, we are Blues fans and always will be, but the future of the club is our kids and grandkids and stuff like that. And I'm a very big believer in enticing the younger generation into the Blues to become Blues fans and not support other teams from other cities. And I'm a big believer in support your local club. And whether or not that is Blues as long as you support someone that's close to you or whatever, that's fine. But trying to entice the younger generation into the blues is a big thing for me. So I'm a big believer in, like, obviously, let's get the fan experience good, and they always want to come to the blues. And so that's big for me.
It's not just the home fans though. So Pete Taylor has passed a comment on the board where he's turned around and going, you know that Mikey B is good, when even the away fans come away from the ground saying how good the music was. But also there's one other question. You mentioned your first game was 1991 at Wembley. But how did it feel to DJ pitchside at Wembley? Even though the result wasn't great, how did it feel?
Yeah, mate. Do you know what? We'll start off with the away fan thing. The away fan thing really makes me laugh because as an away fan, when I go to an away ground, I always obviously listen to the PA, the music, and there's not many, and I say this, there's not many clubs in the Championship, let alone like when we was in League One, that have a DJ, a stadium DJ every match day. You might see one at Wembley when England play. You might want to see one at Man City or wherever. But there's not many have an in-stadium DJ every home game. And when the away fans, it's an ongoing joke now that I'm more famous in Burton-on-Trent than I am in Birmingham because the Burton fans mentioned me on a podcast and said the music at St Andrews was the best pre-match music they'd ever heard in any stadium. And did I fancy doing a little set down at the Pirelli Stadium? So it's nice. You know what? It's nice. No, it's really it's really nice to hear that from away fans. And long may it continue. And the Wembley thing, mind blowing. To be asked to DJ at Wembley in front of your own fans, pitch side was just. I know, like you said, the result wasn't great. The football bit spoiled the day for everyone. But other than that, it was my favourite, one of my favourite days. I mean, it's Wembley. Who gets to DJ at Wembley except for Calvin Harris?
I don't think even Calvin Harris has he?
Maybe, yeah.
I've got to ask, outside of football, what is the greatest gig you've ever done?
That's such a hard question.
We don't want the stories because I know you've probably got loads of stories.
It's got to be a player's wedding.
I've done many. I won't mention any names because it wouldn't be fair to mention their names. No, but I can mention who. Like, I did a wedding in Rome where he was a Premier League footballer, and he had Lewis Capaldi sing at his wedding, which was. Which is not only was it in Rome, obviously Lewis Capaldi sang, and he was absolutely amazing.
Oh, lost you.
Oh, I don't know if you can hear us, Mikey, but you've gone. Yeah, we can't hear you. Your sound's gone.
Sound's gone.
This isn't good. A DJ that's losing his sound.
Oh, he's back. There we go. You're back now.
It's better happening now than on a match day, eh?
Yeah, am I back?
Yeah.
Back.
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, I'm good. I didn't even do anything. I just looked at the screen.
Well, we'll blame Robe.
Yeah, we'll blame Robe.
As soon as you said you won't mention any names, the same went off.
Sorry. Yeah, so I won't mention. Yeah, so if you didn't hear that, if you don't mention any names, but I did a Premier League footballer's wedding in Rome, and he had Lewis Capaldi sing at his wedding, which was unreal. So two things. Obviously, it was in Rome. It was for a Premier League footballer, and Lewis Capaldi sang. So I mean, that was a really cool gig. But there's been quite a few like that where I've had like. Craig Davies performed, So Solid Crew, DJ Look and MC Nee, like random, people perform with you at gigs. I'm just me. I just literally me.
How was it kind of like about being in the right place at the right time that made you that big? Like, to get
yeah, a little bit. That old saying, it's like what you know to you know. Like I DJ'd for I used to DJ in store for Harvey Nichols in the mailbox.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So, and a friend of mine from school, he was like really high up like in personal shopping at Harvey Nichols, and he just asked me would I be interested in like DJing for a footballer's wedding, and I did one, and then it snowballed into. So it's been in the right, but on the flip side, there is been in the right place at the right time, but there's also been like, you had to be half decent to carry it on to get to a point where you've done quite a few of them. And I think if I'd done one and I was absolutely horrendous, and everyone was two-stepping to ABBA, Dancing Queen, or whatever, they probably would have said that. We won't use it again.
I will say you've started off a Google search, so I now know the Premiership player. That's somebody name. That is pretty impressive.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. Yeah. No, I can't believe you googled that. Does that come up?
See, a few words and it soon comes up.
Please,
of course it does.
Say no to this question, Mike. Have we ever talked about goal music?
Oh yes, somebody just asked.
No.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know what you guys think. No.
No.
I don't. For me, that's not something that we're about. That's not us.
No.
Yeah. And again, people I've got an opinion on it, and so will everyone else that's watching and listening. But goal music for me is no go. There is clubs that do it though. I'm sure there is.
I know there are loads of clubs that do it, but yeah, I've always disliked it, and I've always said I hope we never have that down the Blues.
No, not for us. No. There's like I say, there's certain things that are just not blues and goal music. For me, that's me personally. And obviously, I would have an opinion on that. As if the club ever said, "Oh, what do you think about goal music?" I would then value my opinion to say no, but just say, "Please don't do goal music."
Yeah, let's have it out there. Yes or no in the shout boxes now. Goal music at St Andrews, yes or no? I'll be surprised.
Everyone will say no.
Everyone will say no. Let's wait and let them speak for themselves.
It looks like Bill Mintz is for it. He says, "When are we getting music after we score a goal?" Not that we'd use it much.
We don't
score many goals. You don't need a DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need goal music with the atmosphere in our place.
No.
The message board is now a light around whose wedding it was. So if anybody does want to read, it's on the message board.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I didn't say. Yeah, but no, it was good. It was good. Yeah, and it's a brilliant. It's a brilliant story. The stories about those weddings and those parties and also DJing at the Blues is something to tell my kids, because I've just recently had a baby boy who's
congratulations.
3 months old now, and he's now we've got no choice. He's now a Blues fan, and we'll be supporting the club. And I might have to get him in young and just bring him to the Blues in like a little carrier
bag.
Yeah. Put him
on my chest while I'm DJing with a pair of aviators on.
You'll love it.
Brilliant, love that. Anyone here got any other questions for Mikey before we move on to? We've asked you to do your 1 to 11, haven't we, Mikey? Your
yeah.
But we'll move on to that in a minute. But yeah, anyone else here got any that you want to ask Mikey? And obviously everyone on the shout boxes as well. Get as many questions in as you can, and we'll read out as many as we can.
There's one that's come through about Saturday, saying obviously the goal came late. You must have been preparing ready for the end of the game. Did the gantry shake, and did you nearly knock all of your decks over when they scored the goal?
Do you know what? It's funny that, because I don't DJ at the end of the game. So to me, not many people, the people that sit in the corner of the Tilton probably see this, but so I finish my set when Key Right On's played, and then I go and sit with my dad in my season ticket seat in Block 5 of the Tilton. And I was like everyone wants to beat the traffic, and I thought to myself at the end of that game, I was thinking, about 85 minutes, do I leave so I can just beat the traffic home, or do I stay? And I decided to stay, and it was the best decision I made, because when I celebrated that goal, I think I nearly passed out. I genuinely, it was such. such elation and relief that we scored. And do you know what? It was nearly a carbon copy. You've all probably said this, but of the goal he scored against Bradford in the semi-final. It was just that same kind of goal. And I just thought it's come in, so I'm going to stay. But lucky enough, I stayed, and I wasn't near my decks or anything because I don't play at the end of the game. But if I was, then the stadium was shaking, and it was a good end to the game, wasn't it? It's just,
And Mark made a good point earlier about Cochrane with his concussion. Obviously, he had to go off, and that meant Dykes came on. And obviously, if that hadn't have happened, Dykes probably wouldn't have come. Well, Dykes wouldn't have came on, would he? So, they say things happen for a reason.
Yeah.
I've got a quick question. Do you have complete control over what you play? If not, has there ever been anything that you thought, I didn't really want to play that?
Good question, right? And yes, I have complete control over what I play, and the process for me, I've had some random requests from random people. One guy asked me to play some ABBA, which I thought was really funny because then it just turns into a wedding. Everyone's just two-step into a bit of Dancing Queen on the Tilton. So that's not, that was a weird request. And then another guy asked me, would it be possible to get the words to Keep Right On put on the screen? And I just said, mate, I just thought, well, if you don't know the words.
You're not a fan if you don't know the words.
Yeah, politely, if you don't know the words. I've got full control. What I try and do now is, if you're in early enough, is like between in the first 15 minutes, 20 minutes, try and play a little bit stuff for the older generation, just to try and mix it up and just try and play a bit for everyone, like a bit of Madness, bit of the Jam, bit of the Yellow, bit of Smiths, stuff like that. Just and then obviously the closer it gets, I always do a little bit of UB40. Always try and play Birmingham, try and have I don't know if anyone would really notice, but try and nods to Birmingham really, without touching on artists or songs that support other clubs or are played by other clubs, which is hard to think, do you know what, like a member of Duran Duran is a Villa fan, or someone would say, you played Dexter's Midnight Runners, Gino, but Villa used to sing that song for Dean Saunders in the 90s. And I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
So it's difficult. It's really difficult. But the more, I always think it has to be quite upbeat. It has to be quite up tempo. The closer you get to kick off to create that atmosphere, even though it's quite clubby. And that's what a DJ is about. Like, it's about mixing in. If someone says, you've got 4 minutes to fill, as a DJ, I'm trying to fit as many songs into that 4 minutes as I can, because otherwise it's just a generic playlist. And I've got full control, but I'm open to, if someone comes up with something good that I've not thought of, I'll be like,
okay, so can I send you the Tilton Talk song?
I'll drop that in.
There's no copyrights. I've got complete control over it. So no problem.
Going back to that comment about the Dean Saunders song, though, I think I'm probably guilty as charged for stuff like that as well. I won't even walk in a Luke clothes shop or eat a Muller yogurt either. Since about 1997, I think it was. So yeah,
exactly. And this is what I'm saying to you guys, is that this is what you're up against. As in, it's great being the blues DJ, and it's great doing the job that I do. But obviously, you can't please everyone, and it's more important to me than people actually think. Because I'm a fan as well as I'm doing a job, but I'm also a fan at the end of the day. So it's closer to my heart than, I don't want to mess up more than anyone. And I just want to try and keep everyone happy. And when you see the scenes like Newcastle at home last season, Mansfield, Wembley, when everyone was singing at Wembley, and I just think, them are the moments. And we would never have had these moments back in the day where, like, at the end of the Mansfield game, if they played a generic playlist, it was me, like, keeping the music and keeping the crowd going at the end of the game, trying to think of songs. Like, I was thinking to myself, please lift the trophy, because I don't think I've got any songs left. I'm just repeating. Endor, Pump It Up. Like, literally, it's just, that's how far it's going. I'm trying to think of songs, and but yeah, it's such a privilege to be there and to be part of it. And I just want to thank everyone for the support that they're giving me so far. And let's just ride this. Let's just go to the top, and hopefully I'll get to DJ in the new stadium one day.
Well, you just beat one of the questions that's come through. Do you think you'll DJ in the new stadium? You've answered it.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to. And I mean, even if it's 5-10 years away, however long it is, look, at the end of the day, I mean, it's a strange thing to say now, but when you hear my name and people say, are you DJ Mikey B? What follows that is always, you're the blues DJ. It's weird. Yeah. It's so strange, man.
Yeah. And I want to thank you as well, because I think you do a great job, and it really has made a hell of a difference every single match day for me personally, and I'm sure I'm speaking for a lot of fans as well when I say that.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Up so I can hear it.
Say that again. Do say that again.
I said I'm in Texas, so you need to turn it up so I can hear it.
Yeah.
On a serious one though, Mikey, do you have a set playlist that you can send over, or you just on the fly, really?
Yeah, so it's on the fly, and it's just something that something comes to my head. Like when at the end of the Mansfield game, everyone enjoyed it so much and was so happy about the day and the promotion, the scarves and the music and whatever. A few of my friends were like, "You've got to make a promotion mix," which has actually got Glad All Over in it. And I made it, and I just put it on SoundCloud, and people just download it on SoundCloud and stuff like that. So occasionally, the pre-match mix from a couple of seasons ago is on there. And there isn't a set playlist, but I've always thought about compiling a list of songs that we play on a match day now. I get asked occasionally what certain remixes that I've played are. There's a Pitbull one that gets played on a match day now. People are like, "Oh, what is that?" So sometimes people come up and say, "What's that remix you played?" And I'll always direct them to where it is or where I got it from or who I got it from or whatever. But there isn't a set playlist. It's just it's such a cliche thing to say. It just comes out of my head.
Do the players get involved at any point? Do the players tell you if there's a song there or?
Not yet, no. And I think I don't think that anyone's asked them, but I do remember there was a point last season where it was so loud in the stadium at one point that a member of the warm-up team from the opposition asked us to turn the music down.
That was Alan.
But you know what? I don't know where you all sit or whatever, but and this is going if you sit in the Kop, apparently, because I can't hear when I'm over there because I'm in the corner. But if you sit in the Kop, it's really loud. But if you sit in the Tilton, it's not. And if you sit in the away end, it's an unbelievable sound in the away end, apparently, from the away fans. So get this in the Gilmary, the sound is unbelievable. For some reason, if you sit in the Tilton, everyone says it's not as loud in the Tilton as it is in the Kop. But I don't get to hear that because I'm in that corner. So.
Certain Simon Andrews has says, does Mikey do private bookings?
You'll know Simon, yeah?
Simon's the coach driver, yeah.
Simon's the coach driver. So me and Simon go back, if he's watching this now, Simon will be laughing. Me and Simon go back many, many years, and not many people know this, but Simon's actually a DJ. He doesn't just drive coaches, and Simon is a good DJ, actually, really good DJ. And he says that he taught me everything I know, but I forgot everything he taught me in about 5 minutes, if I'm honest. Are you watching, Simon?
We had a great suggestion as well, in my opinion. Now, obviously, some may disagree, but Steve Kimberley suggested Ocean Colour sing the Riverboat song
Yeah, I've played that. I've played that a few times. I've included that at half time. So you notice at half time, the suggestion was that like we play some like Indian rock at half time. It's not really like full on DJ because Indian rock is like stuff that can't really mix together. You can mix it together, but it doesn't go like that well together, like house tunes and stuff like that. But yeah, Indian rock. So we do a bit of Blur, a bit of AC/DC. We've done, and again, Ocean Colour Scene is a Birmingham band for me. Yeah. So it's important to I'd always try and play Musical Youth, Birmingham band, UB40, The Streets, Ocean Colour Scene, and all the just try and include Birmingham bands in set, and people probably wouldn't really notice that. But I just think, wow, it's like little nods to Birmingham are quite, for me, I'm like, people notice. I don't even know when anyone noticed that, but sometimes I do that. So
Simon says, can you do his birthday? Can you do his birthday, his 50th? He says he'll give you 50 quid.
Yeah, if you can just reply and say, yeah, I'll do it, but I thought he was 60.
There's a challenge been set as well. Brett Stanley wants to know if you can play Jasper Carrot's Funky Moped.
Yeah, well, that is a challenge. But maybe not.
Would some American-based tunes work, obviously, with the ownership? Maybe Empire State of Mind, New York, and all that. With obviously,
do you know what? And I don't know if you remember, but when Tom Brady first took over, we started to play his walkout tune, which is Jay-Z's. I can't remember the name of the tune now, but someone will tell us. It was a song by Jay-Z, so we started to include that because that was Tom Brady's walkout music. But yeah, like I say, I'm open to the whole American thing. The documentary was, I thought the documentary was great. Yeah, I mean, people hated on us because of that documentary, but I just literally just thought, you know what? It's just he's in your face. He's a winner. Like, everyone was giving Tom Brady pulses that weren't associated with us, saying, but he's American. He's a winner. He's over the top, but that's the kind of person you want in your club, literally. And if I can play his tune when he's there, I'll play his tune for him, 100%.
Brilliant. So let's get on to your team there, and then we've got a couple of other fun bits to cover, and then we'll obviously finish off with 4 questions. Yeah. So your team, if you start with your formation, obviously, that you're playing.
I've gone 4-4-2. I mean, I've gone for the old classic because, just thought it'd be easier.
You picked a captain and manager as well?
Oh, I don't think I picked the manager, but if I'm going to pick a manager, it'd be Barry Fry.
Great show.
Yeah. Just going to the Blues in the 90s, Barry Fry was just, like all Blues fans already know this, but he was just the greatest, wasn't he? He signed that many players, but it was just a character. And if you listen to him today at any event that he's at and stuff, he's still one of the funniest. Got some great stories. One of the funniest guys, really down to earth. I just remember always. I also remember going to the training ground at the airport, and Barry was manager then. And my dad used to take me to the training ground all the time when I was younger. And Barry, I think his son's name was Adam Fry, and Barry's son was there. And Barry asked me and asked my dad if I fancied a penalty shootout. Like the training ground. Well, the team were training, and then Barry went in goal, and honestly, and Barry was in goal, and me and Adam. I think I was only about 10 at the time, 11 maybe, and me and Adam, Barry's son, had a penalty shootout against Barry Fry. So he's my favourite manager.
You win?
I can't remember. I mean, I'm just gonna say dude.
Okay, so start us off with the goalkeeper then we'll go through the back 4, midfield and front 2.
Ian Bennett.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, 90s. I mean, he was our best goalkeeper. I just think. I mean, I was torn. I don't know about you guys, but I was torn between Ben Foster really and Ian Bennett, and then I genuinely did think to myself, shall I choose Joe Hart? I thought Joe Hart was amazing when he was at Blues, but he was only on loan, so I decided to go with Ian Bennett.
Yeah,
great keeper.
Got that longevity as well, hasn't he? I mean, Mike Taylor as well deserves a shout, doesn't he?
But yeah, 100% Mike Taylor. Again, it's hard. Again, like everyone's. This is not my. Again, you said it's not my best team. As in, like, it's my favourite players from when I was growing up. So
I'm just mentioning Mike in case I'm helping you out.
Yeah, I forgot.
You might bump into him on a match day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just got to be careful. Yeah. So being Benny, 100%. Yeah, great keeper.
Okay, right back.
Stephen Carr.
No doubt there, is there? No.
Yeah.
Nobody. I mean, the only other one for me was Rowett. I mean, I think we're a similar age. Rowett was obviously the second best I've seen, but other than that, there's not in my time anyway.
Yeah, it was a toss up between Rowett and Stephen Carr, but obviously Stephen Carr again won the cup. So yeah, literally, and he was just everything that Blues was about then and now. Do you know what I mean? He just gave 110% every game and was just on it and there. Great right back.
Yeah, definitely. Did this take you a long time to put together, by the way? How much time you spent doing it?
Yeah, I consulted a couple of mates actually, and if they're watching, Vino and Scully, my two mates from school, we had a good discussion about, and their team they sent me their team, and their team was like different as well, because we've all got an opinion on it, of course we have. But I said to them, it's your favourite players that you remember from when you was watching it. You're not putting together like the best Blues team. It's favourite players you've watched play in the time you've been watching the Blues, and they had some mad ones in there. At the end, when I get to the end of my team, I'd tell you, like, their midfield, I was like, I forgot about that guy, but yeah, he was good.
Yeah. Centre halves?
Two centre halves to me was Kenny Cunningham.
What a player!
Unbelievable centre half. Just made everything look really easy. And again, controversial. I was torn, but I've gone current. I've gone Christoph Clara because I just think that he's such a leader now. He was part of the team that got 111 points last season, and I just think we'd unearthed the gem. I just don't know how they found him or where they found him from, but again, he's Blues now. I just think he'd run through brick walls for Blues now, and that's what we're all about. And as a centre half, that's what you want. Like literally, like you want to see. We talk about a team of Telebys, but I'd have a team of Claras. I mean, I don't know how we do on the wing, but I mean, be a bit slow. But but other than that, he's unbelievable player. And Kenny Cunningham. Going back to Kenny Cunningham, him and Matthew Upson together back in the day. Them two together was class. Like, and he made everything look easy at the back. And great player. Yeah.
That's the best partnership I've seen in my time as well, Cunningham and Upson. There was nobody better in my time at the club than that. Back's a bit of a no-brainer, is it?
Yeah, it's easy, and go on, you might as well say Martin Granger.
Got to be in it.
Yeah. I mean, there was randomly, again, it was between Granger and also really like, I'm sure he was left back, John Frame. Yeah, John Frame back in the 90s. But I also remember, and this is no dig at John Frame, but I also remember that John Frame missed a penalty against Villa. When at St Andrews, and that's not what you want to be remembered for. But I also remember really small and at the Blues then, and Villa made a substitution goalkeeper. I think Spink came off and Bosnich came on. Yeah. And then Frey had a penalty, and then Bosnich saved the penalty. So I always remember that moment at St Andrews. And John Frey missed the penalty. So I put in Granger because Granger was just a machine. Absolutely machine.
How good was it to see him back out on that pitch as well at half time? I don't know if you get to, obviously you would have been in there.
Yeah, saw him. Yeah. It was great to see him. Literally, he doesn't look that much different, if I'm honest. You know what I mean? Literally, I think he can. I mean, I was frightened. I was actually scared for Rich that he wasn't like, you know, he probably put a tackling on him when he interviewed him.
yeah. Luckily, he don't look like Kevin Muscat, so he was all right.
Yeah, that's true. I remember that. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I remember.
Hey, so right wing.
So right wing, I've gone. This was a toss up between two players for me. It was Seb. I've gone for Seb Larsson.
Yeah.
Again, just great rod. He's just a great rod foot. His goal against, I didn't remember, Tottenham away.
Yeah.
And his free kicks, some of his free kicks and his deliveries and stuff, like, unbelievable.
Yeah, brilliant.
But I also thought about putting in Louis Donaway.
Okay, yeah.
I used to love him back, like when I first started watching the Blues back in the day, and then Louis Donaway was a good, was a great little player as well. So we've had Larson.
We've had some good right wingers, haven't we? Since like going back from like 1990 up to now, you got the likes of Pennant, Devlin. You know, some good players.
Devlin was another one. Devlin was definitely another one that I thought of. Yeah. Because he
might be watching as well. You never know.
Yeah, Blues fan, absolute brilliant player. Yeah, 110%. Yeah, literally. Yeah. I had a pair of used to wear pony boots. Remember you used to wear a pair of pony boots with the orange pony. I used to think, I'd love a pair of them boots that Devlin wore back in the day. Yeah, Paul Devlin. Yeah, he was another one, but I did go for Larson.
Yeah, okay. And then the next three in midfield, the two centre and on the left.
So the two centre, I've gone for Robbie Savage.
Yeah.
I couldn't not.
He was brilliant for us.
And he was a bit of the way he left was a bit but before that he was just great.
Yeah.
He was just so good. And then again, maybe a controversial one, because it's a up-to-date one. I've gone for Pake in the midfield, and I think at the moment, for me personally, Pake's one of the best midfielders I've seen. Like he makes everything look easy. That drop of the shoulder in midfield. All right, he doesn't. Every pass he makes isn't on the money, but some of the passes he picks out, I'm like, he did it on Saturday a couple of times, and I was just like, I don't know if he saw that.
That tackle he put in as well when the crowd, he lifted the crowd behind him.
The tackle. Yeah, the tackle on Saturday, and I just think that again, he's just one of those players that he's just technically just a really good midfielder, and obviously he's part of a team and was part of a team last season that got us a record amount of points. I mean, we could probably choose everyone that was in the team last season, but Clara and Pate for me personally are my two favourites anyway. So
Pate can almost play football with a cigar in his mouth, can't he? He's that kind of player. He's just so all about it. Exactly. Yeah. So that's why I see it as well. So it just makes it look easy. And then, but on the left, I've gone for Jose Dominguez. Okay, that must have been. Was that tough between him and Lazaridis?
Yeah. My friend actually said, "Oh, I can't believe you're not gone for Stan." I'm like, I know, but growing up, Dominguez was, and I know he wasn't with us for a long time. Like he wasn't with us for ages, but in the time that he was with us, he could light up a stadium. When he got the ball at his feet, he was so small and quick, and I just remember being in awe of him when I used to have a signed poster on my wall of Dominguez playing at the Blues, and he's my favourite player by far. Just every time we got the ball, he'd try and make something happen. He'd run with the ball, the dribbling. He was my favourite player. Yeah, by far. Yeah.
And then the front two to finish it off.
Yeah, front two was hard, but and I didn't. Again, I thought, everyone's going to say Dugarry, and I really wanted to put Dugarry, but I chose Forsell and Zigic.
Okay.
Forsell for his goals in the first.
Oh, quality. Yeah.
Yeah, just unbelievable. And again, there's players like Clinton Morrison for me that worked hard, scored some important goals. Stern John scored some amazing, important goals in playoff semi-finals and against the brilliant equaliser against the Villa. And then Zigic, I mean, everyone knows about Zigic. Just again, important goals. It just like came alive in big games. Yeah, what a player.
That's a good team. And then the captain?
Yeah, I'm going to give the captaincy to Clara, I think. Yeah, I just think because the other person I was going to choose in place of Clara was Liam Daesh, you see, because him and Clara are similar. They're all both like winners, both leaders, and I think Clara's just a great captain at the club now. I just think he leads by example, and he's just a leader on the pitch. Everyone will just follow his lead. I'll go for him for my captain.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you for that. So that's I think that's a good team, and it's a good mixture of generations, and it's got a bit of everything in it.
That's it. Yeah. That's right. It's nice to go across the board.
Yeah, thanks for doing that. Chris, have we got the Barnets and the Who?
I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll save the Barnets and the Who till next time, because otherwise we'll have to rush it. But if we can go straight to the ladies, Craig, because that was a great win, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, what can we say? The difference in 2 seasons. Last season, Newcastle came to St Andrews and absolutely demolished Birmingham. This time around, it was total opposite. Fantastic results. Shame we conceded the 2 goals, but to be honest, they were good goals from a Newcastle perspective. But the ladies did what we've been crying out for the men to do for weeks and weeks and weeks, and that's get in front of goal and have a shot. And the first 2 strikes yesterday, great finishes. And then the third goal, another great setup and overall performance. And then in the second half, to get the fourth and just get it over the line was nice, but could have been a lot more. It was great to see them playing fluid football, and what Amy's doing with that group now is phenomenal. And fingers crossed at the end of this season, we're going to see those ladies promoted into the Women's Super League. And what I've seen so far is that they'll be able to hold their own. And I've got to say, massive shout out to our new signing G in midfield, because she ran the shop yesterday. Her vision and her picking out of passes, she was just heads and tails in front of sometimes our own players. She was that quick. It's like, oh, okay, next time we'll latch onto that. But it's been so nice to see the difference in that ladies' game, and I just wish we could get more people down there, and I could continue to blow this same trumpet, but come down, watch a game. If you watch one, you'll come back and you'll see more. And families are turning out more and more and more now to get down there. Newcastle bought a fair following the weekend, and actually at times they were, making more noise than we did as fans. But the results are just going our way. Top of the table as it stands at the moment. And yes, it's early doors, but I just can't see at the moment a team that's really stood out that's going to say, we're going to stop you. And I think, again, we go back to the men and saying how things are just beginning to gel. These ladies haven't been together fully. So it's impressive times. And come down to the next game, we'll get details out there. They're actually playing Wednesday night in the League Cup. And let's not forget, the Women's League Cup is a bit different structure to ours in the men's, which actually means we've got 1 home game and 2 away from home. The 1 away from home down in London against the Spurs. And then in November, oh God, we've got to visit that cowshed in B6. But, it'll be a great game, that will, to see and pit us against a decent Women's Super League team. And I'm on about Spurs now, I'm not about B6. But no, it was great. And thanks to the people that come to say hi as well. It was nice to have some of the listeners come up and have a chat and just in general say how things are going and how they're enjoying the show. And also, like I say, to get a few more faces down to St Andrews to support the ladies. If you're interested, just give us a shout. There's also the Women's OSC. Reach out to Stacey and the team because they'll give you the information around the games. And, huge shout out here to Cecilia. She's off her own back has spent hours forming goodie bags for kids. And it's just, that's what it's all about. We're building the future. But what we do need to see is more bums on seats and more faces down there. And any ideas around it and how we can get you down there, let us know. Saturday, big game against Sheffield United. We're playing obviously on the TV against Coventry, but they are also playing in the evening, 6:30. So, you know, watch out. The games are on YouTube. Some of them are on Sky as well. And, you know, let's back these ladies to the absolute hilt because I want to be celebrating the end of this season and I don't see a reason why we can't.
Fantastic. We've got
On the
60
subject
seconds.
as well, Craig, it's only right for us to say rest in peace, Matt Beard, as well.
Oh, God.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And, you know, instrumental in the ladies' game and the way he worked with that Liverpool team. But also what was nice was seeing him and his life being celebrated at St Andrews on Sunday, along with a past player in Maddie Cusack, who, you know, unfortunately left us way too early 2 years ago. And that game was dedicated to both of them. And to see that minute silence at the beginning of the game, the pictures on the board and the teams all in the centre circle, wow, you know, it just gives you goosebumps. And, yeah, definitely rest in peace.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, just very quickly, Chris, we're just going to go around and do predictions.
Yeah, 60 seconds you got.
Yeah, so I'll start us off. Coventry away, I think we'll draw 1-1. Mikey?
I'm going to go for a 1-0 win to Blues.
That'll be good. Craig?
I'm also going to go 1-0, and I'm not copying, I promise, but this time I'm going to go with a 60th minute goal. So there you go. If this comes off, then next week I'll give everybody the lottery numbers. That'll be wrong because I'll keep the rest to myself.
It's a Peter Griffin you are. I believe I am psychic.
Yes, I can predict the future.
Alan?
1-1.
Mark?
I'll take a 0-0.
Chris?
I'm going to go 2-1, 94th minute.
To us?
Yeah, of course.
That's 1-2 then.
That's what I meant.
Okay, so we've been the Tilton Talk Show. Thank you everyone for watching, and thanks Mikey for giving up your time to join us, mate.
No problem.
Sponsored by AMG Logistics. I've been Paul Hipkiss. It's good night from me, and it's good night from all the way over there in Dallas, Texas, Mr. Mark Meredith.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Mikey, and good night, everybody. And this goes over to Craig.
And I'll echo, you know, thanks, Mikey. But I did mean to ask you, what's been more important, DJing at the Blues or turning out for Solihull on the pitch? I'll let you answer that at a later stage. But thank you to everybody for watching. Please watch out and look for our announcements around the Football Content Awards. Tilton Talk has been nominated. We are in the Club Creator category and we need your votes. So please watch out for details. Chris will circulate a load. You'll see a barrel load from me. But vote, vote, vote. And I'll hand over to the chairman of the board, Mr. Allen.
Thank you. Well, it's can I just say, Mike, these guys are half my age. And so when it comes to talking about music, we don't get on very much. But listening to you tonight has been fascinating, and I really enjoyed it. And you've given me, you know, I'll say, what's all this fuss about? But you've told me, and I've really enjoyed it. So thank you very much for coming on. And good night to everybody. God bless you all. And I'll hand you over to the master of the buttons, Mr. Chris Brown.
Good night. Thanks for joining in. And don't forget to vote, vote, vote. Good night.
And it's good night from DJ Mikey B.
Oh, I thought we'd listen. And it's
Good
good
night,
night from
Keep right on.
You missed the guest, Chris.
Sorry.
So he's only got one job.
I thought he was
And
first.
please remember, we're not back next week. It's the week after,
Yep,
so we'll
week
see you
after,
in
yeah.
2 weeks' time.
Holly Bob's time.
Who's ticked off on Chris's annual leave?
Sorry.
Robe did. That's why we've sacked him tonight.
I've got a holiday for weeks.
Another holiday? Or is it another holiday or is it something else?
Holiday?
Don't play that Mikey Holiday Madonna.
I'm not. No.
And just so everybody's aware, it's vote, vote, vote for whether we keep Robe off the show as well.
Right. Okay. We are off.
Thank you, Mikey. Did you enjoy that, mate?
Yeah.